Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Rusty Beauties garage, and today we're going to be installing a dash cam on this 2009 Ford F-150. And what we're going to be installing is this Lanmodo D1 dash camera, which has three separate cameras actually. One is facing forward, another one is facing the interior of the car, and there's another one facing backwards, so you can see even the cars behind you. Here you can see those features. I believe two of the cameras are 4K and one of them is 1080p, but we will see when we unpack it. So like I said, it has three cameras. It has a parking mode, so it can be a safety camera, so it activates by motion or by a G sensor as well. So if somebody tries to open the door and shakes the car, the camera comes on and films it. Also has a Wi-Fi mode, built-in GPS and night vision. Apparently the night vision is really good on this camera. So without further ado, let's unpack it, see what comes with it and how we're gonna install it. Alright, so here is everything, and this is the actual camera that you install on your dash. Nice and compact. It has buttons at the bottom here, but you also have marks here on the face, so you can see them, so you don't need to look underneath when it's installed on the dash. So that's the actual camera, and it has this suction cap that attaches to it, and look at that, it's magnetic. Wow. Hold on, it has a clip here, so it goes like this and then like this. Wow, that's pretty solid, but that's interesting because you can always take the camera with you and not leave it in the car. You have the power line, which plugs into your cigarette lighter plug, and it also has output here, so you can charge your phone even. You can use it also as a phone charger. So that's in case you wanna just plug and play. But I believe you also have a way here to hardwire it to your car. This is 12-volt input, but it has 5-volt output. You can hook it up directly to 12-volt in your car, and you can just find in your fuse box two existing fuses that are already in use for something else, but you can find which one has battery power, which is constant power, and which one has accessory power, and you can remove the existing fuses and replace them with these, which is going to keep the existing circuits intact, and you're just tapping into them. And then of course you have ground somewhere. And this, I guess, is if you want to plug it into your computer. You have USB on one side to plug it into your computer, and the same camera port on the other side. This is, I believe, the rear view camera. This one is not waterproof. It needs to be installed on the inside, and then you have wires long enough, I hope, to reach all the way to the unit. Comes with a memory card, and they even give you a card reader, a USB card reader that you plug into your computer. So I'm gonna go familiarize myself with the instructions a little bit, just to see if there's anything that I'm missing here, and I'll be back. Alright, so I read what I needed to read, and now let's install it. So before we install the camera on the windshield, let's install the memory card in it. So this one that comes with the camera has 128 gigabytes on it, so it goes here in this slot, clicks in, and now we can install it. Let me see where it's gonna be a good spot for it. So it's a wide angle. I think it's 160 degrees. I think this one is even 170 degrees. Two of the cameras are 160 and one is 170. So we're gonna peel off the cover from the suction cup. This is where I'm gonna put it. I can always move it if it is not in the right place. So that's how it goes. Now let's run the cable. So for now I'm gonna use this one that goes to the cigarette lighter, but later I might want to switch to the hardwired one. That's the only way to use the parking mode. So when you turn the vehicle off, it is still gonna have power. But for now, let's just put this one in and it plugs on this side of the camera. I'm not gonna bother you with fishing all the wires. Okay, it came on. Okay, so now I didn't expect that my cigarette lighter is on all the time, so the camera came on. I wasn't expecting it to come on, but anyway, so the first thing it says, please format the micro SD card for first time use. So here we're gonna press the OK underneath. Okay, didn't I say OK? Formatting, please wait. Well, that was quick. Okay, so now it is actually already recording, so that's good. Okay, let's power it off for now. Press and hold. So let's install the rear one as well and hook it up. So like I said, this one is not waterproof, so it needs to be inside. And to be honest, I'm not really sure which is up and down. So I'm gonna install it like this for now. I'm assuming that's how it goes, but if it is not like that, we're gonna have to flip it. So I'm not gonna press it really hard. And we're gonna run the wire all the way to the front one. Now the thing is here, this red wire, it is optional. That's for your backup camera. If you wanna turn it into a backup camera, so the camera can turn on every time you back up your car, and that's gonna switch also which camera is showing on the main screen, you know what I mean? If in this particular moment on the main screen you have your interior camera, for example, as soon as you switch to reverse, this camera shows up on your main screen. To do that, you need to hook up this to your tail lights, to the reverse light, to the positive side of the reverse light. I'm not gonna use it. I have a backup camera on this truck, so I'm not gonna use it. So I'm just gonna run this. I'm gonna fish it through. I'm not gonna bother you with that. And then we're gonna test everything. All right, so I had to flip the rear camera around because it turned out that it was upside down. Then I fished all the wires. I didn't do a great job here. I might do a better job later, but just for the purposes of this video, the wires go through and to the back. So anyways, this is what the camera shows now. And let's go through some of the functions here. So I figured that when you press the M button, it takes a picture. There you go. I don't know of which camera, maybe all three of them, I don't know. But now it shows all three cameras here. And if we press the arrows, it starts going through them one by one. So this is the front camera. This is obviously the interior camera, and this is the rear camera. So that for now. Here it shows that the parking option is turned off, and that's again because we didn't use this wire. And I'm gonna show you also how to use this one. I don't want to use it. I'm not gonna use that option for the parking mode, but I'll show you how to use it so you can use the option if you want to. It also has Wi-Fi, so you can install an app on your phone and you can control all the options from your phone, which I'm not planning to use because I have all the options on the camera anyways. I don't need to use my phone for that. But it has also GPS, so it tells you the speed. It can also track your vehicle on a map if you want to. And here it shows you the resolution of the cameras. So the front one is UHD, which is, I don't know what it stands for, but it's 4K, and then the inside one and the rear one are full HD. So you can change the resolution in order to reduce the size of the files for storage. This means that your camera is going to record more before it starts overlapping itself, because once the memory card is full, it's going to start overlapping the oldest file. It shows that it is 2020 now. It is not, it's 2023. So we have to set this up. And what else? The cameras have infrared, and the infrared mode turns on automatically when there's not enough light. So we're gonna test that later to see what kind of a video we shoot at night. For the parking mode, there's a G sensor, like I said, so any sudden shakes of the car are gonna activate the camera. And also there's a motion sensor, so when your car is parked, the camera is going to turn off eventually. But if you have this cable hooked up, it's going to activate when there's a motion in the area in front of the camera. From this knob you can adjust the front camera, and the inside camera you can adjust separately. Like you can adjust the angles like that, which is a great option too. We can peel this off now. There you go. So I think that's it for the camera. Let me show you now how to hook up this, and then we're gonna go for a test drive. Alright, so this is how we set it up for now, with here the cigarette lighter, and I run the wire here. I'm gonna fish it up better later, but again, just to remind you, in this case you can't use the parking option. If you want to use the parking option, you need to use this step down wire. So what it is, it's a harness that you hook up to your 12-volt DC system in the car. It steps it down to 5 volts. Here you have over voltage and low voltage protection, because it keeps the camera on all the time. But if it senses at some point that the battery is too low, it turns off the camera, so it doesn't drain your battery completely, so you can still start the car. So that's a good option. So to hook this up, you see how you have here a yellow and a red, and at the end they have something like a fuse, which is an actual fuse, but you have also a splice out wire that comes out of this fuse. This means that if you go to your fuse box, which is here for me, you can take a voltmeter and check which of these fuses has permanent power, which means that it is powered at all times, even with the ignition off, and then find another one which is live only when the ignition is on. And these are the two that you're gonna use. So let's pull out one, for example this one. I'm gonna pull out this one, and you see it looks exactly the same as this. So if this is the one that was live at all times, this is where we're gonna plug the yellow one. I'm just giving you an example. I don't know if it is, because I'm not gonna use it, but I'm just telling you. You can plug it in like that, and now your circuit is still complete, the original circuit of the car, but you have a wire that splices into it. So again, the yellow one goes to a circuit which is always live, and the red one goes to a circuit which is powered only with the ignition on. Also the black one you need to hook up somewhere to the body of the car, so you can have ground, and that's it. Then at the other end you plug in the camera, and now your camera stays live even when the ignition is off. All right, that's the second test drive actually. So meet Rusty. Rusty, say hi. Say hi to the camera. Anyways, so we're gonna go for one more drive. I'm not gonna show you the first one because I didn't set it up right. I mean, all the cameras recorded everything, and I'm really happy with the quality of the recording actually. But the thing is, I had the image of the inside camera and of the rear view camera mirrored, which I don't know why that was by default. So I went on the settings and I changed that. But most importantly, the audio was turned off, so there was no audio. And for me it is important to hear the audio, because Sorry. Come on. Sorry, Rusty is not wearing a seatbelt, and that's why it's beeping. So anyways, for me it's important to have audio because I film on the road sometimes as I'm going to pick up a car, because I'm a car guy. So sometimes when I film on the road, I use my phone and I hold it to film myself, and that's not legal and not safe, as you know. So that's why I want this camera. But it's also very useful for people who are constantly on the road, like truck drivers or cab drivers, to record their driving, and they can provide the insurance with a footage in case of an accident and prove that they are not at fault. Also, cab drivers and Uber drivers, for example, they can they can record the behavior of their passengers, for example. So it is really useful thing. So what I found out from my first test drive was that all three cameras record simultaneously, because I read before that some controversial information on the website and on the ad for the camera. In one place it said that only the camera that you currently see on your screen is recording. On the other one it said that all three are recording. Well, I found that all three are recording simultaneously, which is great. We will see. The audio is recorded by the main camera anyways, but we will see if it is included in all three video files or only in one. We will see about that. So anyways, we're at the gas station. I'm gonna go put some gas and we're gonna go home and review this footage now. Oh wow. This gas station is pretty big. The gas free or something? Behave. I'm gonna review the footage. Did you behave? Huh? I will see now. I know, I don't like people. Are you stuck now? I'm sorry. It's your problem. Okay, so like I said, as long as the audio is good, I'm gonna be really happy, because I'm happy with the quality here, as you can see. Now, this video I'm gonna edit it in 1080p, so you're not gonna see the 4K quality of the front camera, but it is good. Apparently the sensors of all three cameras are Sony, so they should be good with wide aperture. So if you go in the menu, you can also adjust the exposure, you can adjust the use of the infrared at night, you can adjust many things. You can adjust the audio, like I said, you can flip the images on the inside and the backup cameras. You can play with the Wi-Fi, you can play with the GPS, and you set the date and time, it's gonna show on your screen. You can adjust whether to you can adjust that as well, whether the date and time shows on the screen or not. You can adjust many times. We're not gonna go through the whole entire menu. It is in the manual. Here is the manual, and it is very well explained, so I really like that. Alright, so we are home. Let's go review the footage. So now you can turn it off and take out the memory stick and go plug it into your computer, or you can just do that. I'm pretty sure you don't need to turn it off before you unplug it, because it has some battery and it takes its time to turn itself off after you unplug it. Because what happens normally in cars, when you turn the ignition off, the power cuts off here, so the camera should be used to the power disappearing at once. So I can just unplug it, flip it backwards, and undo the magnet. So now you can take out the SD card and put it in the card reader that came with the camera that plugs into your computer. But you can also use this cable that came with the camera. So I plugged it in here and I'll plug it into my computer and let's see what's gonna happen. Okay, that was unexpected. When I plugged it in, it's asking me if I want to access the mass storage or I want to turn this into a PC camera. So apparently I can do that as well. Anyways, we're gonna select the mass storage and my computer recognized it right away. So now I can access it as a USB drive, and you see we used altogether, what did we use? 12 gigabytes so far. So let's see. Novatech. So we don't know what EMR is, but let's see. Movie. Wow, we have lots of movies here in MP4 format. So A, B, and C, I believe A, B, and C are the three different cameras. So I'm gonna download all the videos and I'm gonna have to go through them, and I'm gonna include them in this video to show you what they look like. Alright, so it's almost dark outside and we're gonna go for another test drive to see how the night vision of all three cameras is. So I'm shooting also with my phone, and we're gonna use the audio from the phone because obviously the camera audio is not great. So anyways, we're gonna make a comparison between my phone camera, which actually shows the sky pretty bright as well, even though it is almost dark outside. My camera shows it pretty bright. But my camera adjusts. So anyways, Rusty, again you're not wearing your seatbelt. Wow, I'm actually surprised how bright my iPhone camera shows it. It is pretty dark. I see some flickering happening on this screen here. We'll see how the footage is gonna be. I think this is enough. Let's go home and review this footage as well. Alright, anyways, I think we showed most of the features of this little camera. I'm pretty happy with the video quality. Unfortunately, I'm not very happy with the audio quality. So if I decide to use it, I still have to use my phone, at least for the microphone. But other than that, it's a pretty good little gadget. I'm happy about it. So I don't know if I mentioned, but it was sent to me for free in exchange of installation and review video, which you can see here. For me, it's pretty good. I haven't seen the night footage yet, but I don't really care about that because I'm not shooting at night. So anyways, that's it. Like I said, make your own conclusions about this camera, and thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, and I'll see you in my next videos. Bye.